entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows, one set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. They hiding corruption inside the cup, look how we evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Baratans too, cause I done fed up, you done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up.
At Big Bird Transportation Service, we specialize in safe, fast, and dependable delivery transportation for businesses and individuals. Whether you're sending a small package across town or need scheduled deliveries for your company, we're here to make sure your items arrive on time, every time. Our team is committed to providing efficient logistics solutions with a personal touch. With a fleet of well-maintained vehicles and experienced drivers, we handle every delivery with care, from pickup to drop-off. Why choose Big Bird? On-demand and scheduled deliveries. Local and regional coverage. Secure and professional handling. Customer-first service. Call us today at 929-329-9938 and let Big Bird take your deliveries to the next level.
Good night. Welcome to Straight Up. It's the 8th day of October. Okay. And Dolly Parton, I think she came out also on the 8th day of October to say that she's okay. Well, I'm also coming out to say that I'm okay. I know you guys missed me last evening, but it's okay. Sometimes we've got to take a little extra rest. We can't be at it all the time. And so someone called me, and this one I want you to come closer and listen to what I have to say about this one here. So somebody called me last night, and apart from a couple of people who have messaged me to say, Mark, you're not on. And I'm like, I can't be on every night. I have things to do. I babysit also. I do bus route, if you know, those of you who know what I mean. And I do other things as well. And so I asked a question. I said, you haven't seen me one night, and you are upset that you haven't seen me in one night. It's not like it's bridge over troubled water, but outside of that, you haven't seen me one night. And here is why sometimes people's bumps raise. So the person, and you can tell by the accent, the person resides in England. And you know these Guineas, whenever they go anywhere, whether it's Trinidad, they got a Trinidadian accent, faster than the people who've been living in Trinidad for quite a long time. They go to Barbados and they get a Bajan accent, oh God, blimey, and all kind of thing. You go to market there, wherever you take them, they have an accent. Even in Antigua, some of them may just go to Colombia for 2 days and they get a Colombian accent, if you know what I mean. And so even in America, yo, what's up, man? It's okay. Good, right. So the person from England called me, and no, it's not Judge Shishi. Oops, sorry guys. And so the person called and said, Mark, you weren't on last night. So I'm like, okay. So, and apparently they wanted to beat me up because I wasn't on last night. So I ask a simple question. And I want you to hear me out, please. I want you guys to hear me out on this here. I notice Leon's child mother is watching. Good night to you. All of you. Good night to all of you. Now, I want you to hear me out and where I'm going with this while you guys share the link and so forth. So I asked one question, one simple question. You haven't seen me in one night, and you want to tumble up everything, and you want to crucify me. And all I asked the individual from London, I said, when was the last time you saw the leader of the People's National Congress? Sorry, some of you bumps gonna raise. And so I said, you haven't seen much of the leader of the People's National Congress, and you don't say anything because they are in Guyana, and they are the ones who should be fighting for you. I'm just a simple talk show host. Lo and behold, who told me to tell that person that? I got one ring-dong stinking Guyanese cuss. Well, in a nice way, right? Aubrey needs his rest, you know. Yeah, I'll take it easy out there. So I said, I've been at this for years. Don't you think I need my rest as well? I have to babysit. I have to do immigration work. I got to do my bus route. I got to talk to some of you. I got to console some in Guyana. I got to console some who feel that they are going to be deported, and all manner of things I got to do too. But all I ask is, when was the last time you saw the leader of the People's National Congress and the bumps raised? Good night again, guys. I just wanted to ensure that you get the message there, quite clear. I hope that the People's National Congress, when was the last time they had a press conference? Some of you going to cry and go on, and the usual thing. Y'all don't like to take a little tickling and boring so that y'all could wake up. Y'all bumps race quick. And y'all suck up y'all, well, I don't care, man. Y'all suck up y'all teeth or whatever y'all want to. Suck up y'all teeth. All right, last evening, a lot of you were basically concerned, and I just want you guys to know that I'm okay. I'm okay. Deborah Sharona Lynch, she's right here with us. And guess what? She is here with us every single night. She doesn't miss a night. She doesn't miss a night at all. Not at all. Yesterday, she celebrated her birthday. And so, you know, I don't snitch on anybody. I'm not no blue bird. I don't sing. I don't snitch. I don't talk, right? I take my licks like a man. I've been down, I've been out, and like Michael Bolton says, when I'm back on my feet again, I ain't no snitch. I ain't singing no song, no blue saki, no kiss kitty. No, that's folk. It's how kiss kitty when they're under quarantine. Right? But I am not no snitch. I want you to hear me out on this. I ain't snitching on nobody. But Deborah Sharona Lynch messaged me last night. Again, I'm not snitching on anybody, right? But Deborah Sharona Lynch messaged me last night to say that it was her birthday yesterday and she wants me to be on for her birth night. And that it would make her night and her entire family's night and so forth. And so Deborah Sharona Lynch. Again, I don't snitch. I don't say who called me. I don't say who messaged me. No, I don't do that at all. And so yesterday was her birthday. And so we want to wish her, one day after, we want to wish her a happy birth anniversary. So Deborah Sharona Lynch, happy birthday. Any one of you who celebrated your birthday yesterday, the same. Happy birthday to you. If it's an anniversary, if you're doing the same today, happy birthday as well to all of you. And again, I'm no snitch. Oops. There goes the bluebird. There goes the bluebird. Not one blue saki, not one rice grain, not one chorus. Yeah, Venezuela. Well, all right. Look, this is coming out of the Mohammed's camp and the camp. Oh my gosh, my slip of the tongue. I said camp. Now, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this, Jason McDonald and others. The Mohammed's camp, they are saying that their favorite type of bird is the blue factory canary. He sings well. Well, look at me good grass is he, as they say in Guyana. Who ain't want to sing? Who bluffing the way that they gonna sing? We might as well. What are they going to sing? Anybody, you tell me. You guys tell me this here now. Pull a chair up. Pull a seat up. Not a seat in Parliament, because enough people fighting for seats in Parliament. So, what exactly are the Mohammeds going to be singing about? It's like going to karaoke, whether at Cool Square. And I just used to love my karaoke at Cool Square. Good night to all of you Cool Square fans, those who go there. So what are they going to sing that the people who they want to sing to aren't aware of every single thing? Every single thing. And we all know this. So what they are threatening to sing now is no new tune. What are they going to sing? Kaisebani? We all know Kaisebani already. All of us, Star Major, rest yourself. You're sailing. You're sailing. Trust me, you're sailing on this one. Don't bluff yourself with us. You're sailing. This is not an overnight guess game. This is solid stuff. It's been around for a while. All right, it's been around. So don't let your bumps raise and you're going to be surprised, because this is not talk off the top of your head stuff. This is things that are well thought out. And you've got to follow the trend. This singing thing is not a new out of the block thing. You heard it with Roger Khan. When Roger Khan got nabbed, and some people say, oh, he didn't get extradited, and why, and all sort of excuses some of y'all finding, to justify stupidity. So when Roger Khan was nabbed in Suriname, and he was cornered into Trinidad, and he was picked up, and he was sent, extradited to the United States of America. Now, there were indictments and extradition requests, but the corrupt government of Guyana, headed by Jack Dale, they didn't want to sign the extradition warrant for Roger Khan because all of them were in bed together. Just like Azruddin Mohammed and his father, all of them were in bed together doing, according to information, lots and lots of dirty things together. So when Roger Khan was nabbed, we heard the same bluebird talk. Oh, Roger Khan gonna snitch on them. Roger Khan gonna talk. He's gonna bring the government down. He's gonna bring Jack Dale down. He's gonna bring this down. He's gonna bring that down. Well, guess what? Roger Khan did his time, and he's back in Guyana doing lots of things, including some blues things as well, not just bluebirds, maybe showing his bluebirds, but lots of things. And all these things we've heard, all these rendition, but there was extradition warrants out for Roger Khan. And so the PPP didn't want to give him up. In fact, Janet Jagan was so upset that the Americans did what they did, even though Roger Khan was accused through the death squad and the Phantom Squad of causing the deaths of dozens of people in Guyana. And Jack Dale, we're told, He was well aware of these things. Now, many people were of the view, and if you hear people all over, oh, Roger Khan gonna this, Roger Khan met with individuals too, He's not, these Mohammed people are not the only people that met with prosecutors and so forth. Roger Khan met with people, met with probably agents, who knows, diplomats, who knows, lots of talks. But what has happened to those talks? Now, all I'm saying is, some of y'all are quick to get hyped up. This gonna happen, that gonna happen, this gonna happen, that gonna happen, and then y'all brokenhearted when nothing has happened, and then you prepare back to square one, waiting for the next drum to beat, the next blue bird to whistle, or birds whistle. Some of you birds in the audience know how to whistle, right? And so that is all. That is what is happening. And so I am not going to jump up on a mountaintop, whether it's Blueberry Hill or wherever, and feel all good that the Mohammeds are going to sing. Say, for example, you go karaoke, and we got DJs like Star Major and them here. I know Star Major is a big fan of the Mohammeds, big fan. Just so dry, no good, right? You walk in karaoke and you hear people just put on this stuff and they start singing. They're singing chutney, they're singing oldies, all manner of things. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter place. So let's start, right? Or somebody jump up and singing a nice old Indian song. Old Indian song. I don't know. Any one of you know old Indian song being at karaoke? And that is what these Mohammeds are talking about. They want to sing. They want to sing chutney. They want to sing oldies. They want to sing all manner of things. But don't you think, let's talk about, I don't use words such as feds, but don't you think the feds already know everything? Or majority of the things and all the things when they're phone tapping? Don't you think the court would have ordered the Mohammed's phones to be tapped? Recordings, all these. Don't you think this is something? You think this is the Guyana police force investigating anything? You know what I mean? So this whole thing about singing and who is singing and all these things, it's just hype. Just hype, that's all. Oops, our operator. So this is the PPP woman in that frock and her husband in the middle and Azardine Mohammed. And many people have been asking, why isn't she charged? Why no indictments for her? Well, y'all read between the lines. Who really is doing the singing here? Are there lots of other singers? Could it be that some court out in Florida, who knows? Because in order to get all of this solid evidence, you don't get an indictment or indictments through a grand jury by just presenting a plastic bag with nothing inside or a roll of toilet paper with nothing inside. You have to have, for the most part, you have to have solid evidence, solid as a rock. And so with the years of investigations, what do you think happened? Now come into the courtroom. What do you guys think happened there with the years of experience? It simply means that if they want to listen to the conversations of Azardine Mohammed and his father, Nazir Mohammed, they had to have gotten, I don't know. But it could be that they got what is called a court order to tap into phone conversations. And it could be that they got a lot of phone recorded conversations between the Mohammeds and others. That's all. And plus other stuff. Lots of other stuff. So it's not just hearsay. It's not just because these vagabonds in PPP, they don't like you, they fall out. And you don't think the Americans probably got phone conversations with a lot of other top PPP officials. Don't you think they got them? So nothing, the point that I'm saying here, nothing, absolutely nothing that the Mohammeds them want to sing about that the Americans don't already know. So if, for example, they want to sing about, what's this guy, the Attorney General, Anil Nandalal, and some money allegations, mind you, of money laundering and connection to some guy that owns some sort of casino in Suriname. Those are not new thing. Those allegations are not new. In fact, the guy in Suriname has been sanctioned. And the allegations are that Anil, through his friend or business partner or whomever, well, Anil said is not his business partner, Clifton Bacchus. The connections, there is some sort of connections, and the people may probably be onto that. Who knows? Now, Anil has denied that. He said the guy that owns Sleeping Brothel or Hotel or whatever is his friend. They're not business partners. Well, it's up to the feds if they want to believe that or not. I don't know. But Anil said, no, it's not true. But that is nothing new. That is not a new allegation that we are now hearing about. And so the Mohammeds, they got to come better. They got to give new, fresh things. When people were making these things public, the Mohammeds them didn't give a rat's you know what about what was happening. In fact, they were enjoying themselves driving around with police escorts, front car vehicle, back car vehicle, side car vehicles, and all these sort of things. So all of these things that the Mohammeds talking about that they want to sing now, right, Nancy, is nothing new. We all heard the same tune before. It's kind of like going up to you guys and sing and say, Kaise Bani. How many of you have heard Kaise Bani before? Kaise Bani, Kaise Bani. You've heard that before, haven't you? So that's what the Mohammeds are singing now, Kaise Bani. Well, some of you probably weren't paying attention, and so you wouldn't know of the allegations, serious allegations that were leveled against PPP government officials, including allegations that Anil Nandalal is linked to some guy in Suriname who is said to have been sanctioned, and that linkage is through, quote-unquote, his friend, Clifton Bacchus, who Anil admitted was questioned by U.S. law enforcement agencies or agents. Anil admitted that. So this is not any sort of allegation now. Anil admitted that. But isn't it something that we have discussed and that we are all well aware of those things? So it's nothing new. So this bluff by the Mohammeds, they got to come better. They got to do better. If they want to sing, they got to just not sing no blues song. People don't want to hear blues. They want chutney. They want hot song. They want soca. That's what they want. And so if he's going to sing, he's got to come better than that. People want this kind of thing. Hot tune. That's what people want. Hot, 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 hot tune. They don't want to hear Kaise Bani, Kaise Bani, Kaise Bani, Kaise Bani, Pulari Bina Chatani, Kaise Bani, Pulari Bina Chatani, Kaise Bani. Me went early morning to meet Lal Bihari. Me went early morning to meet Lal Bihari. Me pull up me kojarian. Me pull up me kojarian. Anyways, so that is, you guys get the message by now, right? You guys got the message. There's no sense that I continue singing. So there's really nothing new, nothing new. Y'all allowing people to bluff y'all. Y'all allowing people to brainwash y'all. Y'all are smarter than that, man. Y'all read between the lines what's going on. Read between the lines. You are led to believe that the trip in Barbados was one of a kind. You know how many drug lords, probably went to Barbados too and they came back quiet? You know how many drug lords and money launderers and gold smugglers went to Trinidad and met and talked with folks, and they went back to Guyana very quietly? Nothing, no work. But why you suppose the Mohammeds, every time they sneeze, they want y'all to jump up? The Mohammed sneeze. Hachuk! Hey, Star Major, bring a piece of tissue. And he wiped Azruddin Mohammed nose. Wipe the nose coal off. Yes, Star Major, he's in the audience there. He's Star Major. He bum's gonna raise just now. And he gonna go and do a live, and he gonna sweat, and he gonna try to talk a little bit about me. And they're right in the audience there, right? And so the point, y'all got to stop for a moment. And when people speak, y'all got to read between the lines, right, Star? They got to read between the lines what's happening here. And so the Mohammeds, they come out now and they're playing this Muslim, this Muslim card. They pull out the Muslim card now, and they're playing that Muslim card. They already played y'all. They played people like Star Major and others. And they're running out of cards to play. So they now pull this out, and they're playing the Muslim card now. That is what they're doing. They are playing the Muslim cards. Again, that is what they're doing, playing the Muslim card. So they're saying Muslim brothers and Muslim sisters. And if y'all ain't reading behind the scene, if y'all ain't reading what's going on, something wrong, right? They came out and they said, oh, people got to respect the First Lady, Irfan's wife. Just so dry? Look how many women are being disrespected every single day. And then it was Azruddin who said, from a Muslim brother to another Muslim brother. All these things are signs, and y'all not reading between the lines. All you're not reading between the lines. Y'all make sure Anthony Ben already read between the lines. He knows what's going on. But anyways, I'll continue, and then I don't know, something is wrong. Somebody says something is wrong with some Guyanese. And I don't want to condemn people, but I think sometimes it breaks my heart. Sometimes it breaks my heart when y'all allow yourselves to be misused. That's what happens when y'all allow yourselves to be misused. And good people who can be good leaders, who can take Guyana out of where it is right now, y'all don't support good leaders. Y'all don't support good people. Y'all like a bacchanal. And if it's bacchanal y'all want, well, the feds give y'all bacchanal. They give y'all, quote unquote, leader. Bacchanal. Now, this is nothing to gloat about. This is nothing to laugh about or anything like that. But it's just an eye-opener that y'all have to be focused. Y'all got to be careful with the people y'all choose to be y'all leaders. And some of y'all cussing people who really mean well. Some of y'all cussing people who have been there in the trenches for y'all, and y'all gone and embrace somebody y'all don't even know. All because of a little flashy Lamborghini and all these dotishness. And y'all are not reading between the lines. All you now read between the lines, man. Anyways, so back to this girl, this woman, this PPP woman in Chifrak. Could it be that she sung some sort of song? Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, maybe Alice Nines, Do What You Want? Well, I don't know. But it is strange, though, that even though she was sanctioned and she was questioned at the airport, lengthy hours, question, phone, taken away, all these things, what evidence they found, all these things, they couldn't get a little piece like this, a little piece, a little coochie baby piece of charge for she. Well, the fact that she has not been charged, read between the lines. What about her husband? Anyways, I don't have much to say any further other than to say, read between the lines. Read between the lines. All you read between the lines. That is all. Read between the lines. What is happening here? And some of y'all, if y'all aren't careful, y'all will become collateral damages in this whole process. Some of you have already done so because of association. Not just association by passing and saying hi, but direct association. I say nothing further because y'all already know where I'm coming from with that. And so be careful. Now, these guys are in problems and serious problems. And some of you are asking questions about the PPP's connection to all of this problem. Of course, they're all friends. They've all been there together. They're all friends. We already know that Jack Dave is corrupt. We already, based on allegations that Jack Dave has a hefty bank account in China and those places. Now, if the Mohammeds them really want to sing, they can also start not just by talking about Anil and things that we already heard of, but they can talk about Irfan Ali. The Mohammeds have been the closest to Irfan Ali than they have to Jack Dave or Anil. And if they're serious about singing, then they should drop something of substance, something. I'm not talking about the covering up of Paper Shorts murder, but I'm talking about something about Irfan Ali. Now, listen to me out clearly. Do you hear them saying anything about Irfan Ali? Do you hear them pointing a finger about Irfan Ali? Anything at all? But what we do hear is that they're playing the Muslim, the Muslim, the Islam card. Assalamu alaikum, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Alhamdulillah. They're playing the Muslim card. And it is for obvious reasons. Not because they believe in their religion so much, but the religion probably is being used as a sympathy card towards Irfan Ali. But hear what? Even though they're using that sympathy card, guess what? Irfan Ali does not have the power to do anything to help the Mohammeds. I repeat, Irfan Ali, as much as he probably would love to assist the Mohammeds them right now, he does not have the power because he's a puppet. Jack Dave is pulling the string. Jack Dave is calling the shots. And no matter what Irfan Ali may want to do to help his Muslim brother, Azruddin Mohammed and his father, there's nothing that Irfan Ali can do to help in this process. In the coming days, you will be able to watch and see what is next. Do not be surprised if by tomorrow, I'm just my opinion, or by Friday, you will hear that extradition requests were made and were presented through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is the first stop, to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then handed over to the Attorney General's chambers. Read between the lines. Anil Nandalal did a live, I don't know, some sort of program he does, and I don't watch it, mind you, but I heard that he mentioned that if the extradition warrants were to be sent, that the government of Guyana will sign the warrants. Now read between the lines. What he's saying there, and if you can read between the lines, what he's saying there is that they will soon receive the extradition warrants. The indictments have already been handed down. It doesn't take a whole year for extradition warrants to be issued. In the past, the reason why extradition warrants were not issued, it is because folks like Anil and others in the PPP regime did not want to give up their friends and their cronies. Now, if it wasn't the situation of being sanctioned, the Mohammeds and them being sanctioned and they fell out with Jack Deere, I don't think we would have been having this discussion right now. I don't think Mohammed would have had a win party right now. I don't think Mohammed them would have been dashing out stuff and caring about this so-called caring about poor people right now. We would not have been having this discussion. But because they fell out and because Jack Deere bombs really, really raised and Jack Deere is upset, guess what? The Mohammeds will have to go. And Anil Nandalal, they will have to sign the request, the extradition request. Now, not because Anil and the government, they signed that request mean that the Mohammeds, they will go on the next day. Well, the only time that they can go the next day is if they waive the request, if they waive if they waive their rights, sorry. If the Mohammeds, if this is the Mohammed, Azruddin Mohammed and Jack Deere. Now, if they waive their rights, then they will be shipped off to the United States immediately. However, I doubt that the Mohammeds would want to waive their rights. They have money, compliments of taxpayers of Guyana. They have the money, and they will spend the money. That is it. So when the government of Guyana, the so-called government of Guyana, sign the warrant, in other words, accept it, they sign it, it goes to the police force for warrants to be issued for the Mohammeds. When warrants are issued for them and they're arrested, then they will be taken in front of a magistrate where the warrants will be read. Once the warrants are read, the Mohammeds could waive their rights right there and then and be sent off to the United States of America. Or just like Barry Dataram did, they will fight it all the way to the CCJ. And now I'm not a defense lawyer and I don't know who will be defending them. But this doesn't call for any small change lawyer. It calls for high-profile lawyers who understand extradition. And now maybe there will be some lawyers from the U.S. who will go to Guyana. You know, Roger Khan had a lawyer by the name of Shimel or whatever his name is. Well, he ended up going to jail too, like Roger Khan. So this will be interesting. Interesting times are ahead. So look out for the extradition request and look out for the process to begin. The sooner the process begins, then the faster we'll be able to see the bacchanal. Now, I want you guys to hear me out on this. I want you guys to hear me out on this. Right? Now, the extradition, the reason why Irfan Ali and Jack Deere, they're not convening parliament, or as Jack Deere would say, parliament, it is because they are waiting for the extradition warrant to be sent. And even as of tonight, the extradition warrant could possibly already be there in Guyana, sitting right there in Guyana. So one of the reporters should be asking Anil Nandalal or the Minister of Home Affairs whether the extradition warrants have been received by the government of Guyana. That's the question that should be asked. Maybe you guys will get some answers by tomorrow on whether the extradition warrants are already there in Guyana. The requests were made. Now, the other thing that happened, GRA now, all of a sudden, they decided that they're going after the Mohammeds. Now, look, I want to make it clear. If they are saying that the Mohammedans are the only corrupt people in Guyana, well, something is wrong. But Irfan Ali and Jack Deere, they know of other money launderers. They know of other gold smugglers right up under them. Some of those gold smugglers are still financing the PPP regime. Some of those drug lords are still financing the PPP regime. And they're very close, just like the Mohammeds were very close. But the Mohammeds, they had some good long years in terms of enjoying the sweetness of taxpayers, just like others are doing it here. Just like others. Y'all don't think Jack Deere is corrupt? Y'all don't think Irfan Ali is corrupt? Y'all don't think gold smugglers are right up under them there? Y'all don't think those executive, those officials, including the so-called Minister of Natural Resources, don't you think they know of gold smugglers? Do you think all of them are clean? But because the Mohammeds rubbed them, this has nothing to do with elections. The bad blood started before. And that is why it has reached where it is today. Because of that bad blood, because of jealousy, because of fuming, and because they know Azraddin Mohammed loves to show off, flaunt his taxpayers' wealth through questionable gold exportation and all these different things, according to the indictments. And Jack Deere doesn't like anybody to flash their wealth like that. There was a piece of time not so long ago, the same Azraddin Mohammed would drive around Guyana, drive around Georgetown, as though he was some sort of big king or big prince. Police escorts, police vehicles. They will knock somebody down on the road. They won't even be arrested, and all these sort of things. All these things were happening not 10 years ago, just the other day. But some of y'all run to think that these people could stand up and defend your rights or care about you or care about human rights. They fall out, so they got to fight. That's it. And while I'm not laughing at people's downfall, the reality is that these friends are fighting not for a better Guyana, but they're fighting for themselves. They're fighting against each other. And the sad thing is, though, ordinary rank people, I don't want to say poor people, but ordinary people. And it's just a saying when you say poor people, you don't really mean people are, ordinary people are caught in the middle of this war. And a lot of them are gullible. They understand that they're being used for a specific purpose. Some of them are being used for political purpose, and some of them are used to protect the Mohammeds, because the Mohammed knows exactly what was coming. And so he decided that he's suddenly going to wake up and be this nice person. And some of you out there saying, oh, that's the way God works. You see, that's the problem. And that's why maybe our folks were in bondage for 400 plus years. Because some people just come and tickle y'all ears and y'all gone with it. It's God's work. Man, it's God's work. And when God is going to work, you don't know how he's going to work. So everything is God's work. Now, some of the apostles and the pastors and so forth, and the reverends, the good ones, mind you, who are watching, of course, this is not a mockery of any religion, because God does work in mysterious ways. But the devil also works. The devil works, and you got to be able to know when it's the devil's work and when it's God's work. When it's God's work, it's genuine, it's clean, it's authentic. And you can feel the spirit, you can feel the vibes. But you can also feel when it's the devil trying to paku y'all. Just like the devil tried to paku Jesus Christ on the mountaintop. If you worship me, I'll give you all of these things. All of these things. And so when people come into your communities And they tell you they're going to give you hampers. Oh, they're going to give you this. Oh, take this. What you want? Take this. Take it. And some of you stop and say, hallelujah, it's God's work. And God is using this person. Hallelujah. And God is using this other person. And the Bible in Proverbs 3:5 says, lean not on thine own understanding. And some of you lean on your own understanding. You see a little thing coming your way, and you, what's this? A 5,000. Hey, Wilton Blue, take this by. And Wilton Blue happy that somebody came and give Wilton, give Mary, give Ian, give Neville Seatal, give Carl Wong, give Joy Phillips, give them a $5,000. This same $5,000 right here. And then they're only looking at the $5,000. They're not looking at who gave them this $5,000 and what's the intention. Is it a good intention? Is it a bad intention? Some may say, hey, money is money. You're going to take this $5,000. But sometimes you take this $5,000 from people, right? Ni Gwanli, ni Homa, right? And then you take this $5,000 and you run up the road. You go and catch Angela Jordan. You say, Angela, here we girl. Or Bet, you say, I get 5,000 here. Let's go at the fish shop. We're going to get some beers. We're going to get some moccasin. And so forth and so on. And then as soon as you're done drink, you start drinking. You just spend this money, You ain't know what happened to this money. You ain't know where this money come from. And then you're spending it now because you say, oh, look how God works. Yeah? I sit on here all the time and I'm thirsty. I want a moccasin. I want a Guinness. I want something for drink, and just a dry girl. Girl, you don't understand. I sit on here just so you see how God does work. I serve a living God. Just like there's somebody come, they pull up on a Lamborghini bicycle and they say, girl, take this $5,000 now. And Bet, stretch out your hand. Denise McKenzie, stretch out your hand. Raquel, stretch out your hand. Eva, stretch out your hand. Jens DeFreitas, stretch out both hands. Joy Phillips, stretch out your whole hand. Ian Harry, stretch out your wallet. Neville Seatal, well, he sucky teeth. You can't give nothing just so. Right? Donna Brown says she ain't want nothing. And so you get this money here now, and you're gone at the fish shop, or you're gone at Cool Square, and you're spending the money, and you're swallowing down your Guinness, your Macca's, and then all of a sudden your stomach start hot, or you're running into the toilet steady, and you're coming back out, and your throat itching. And then something, the point that I'm making, be careful. Sometimes it's best to wait until you get a good 5,000 than to grab a bad 5,000. I know what I'm telling y'all. Not every money is good money. And not everybody that comes and hug you really love you. Not everybody that smile with you really want to smile with you. We have seen it. We know it. And the Bible says the heart, I heard a pastor once say, but I couldn't understand, the art, meaning the heart, is so deceitful. Who shall know it? Sorry, guys, as though I'm preaching tonight to you, right? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. And so this whole thing about God does use people, And some of y'all come downstairs. Come downstairs, let me talk to y'all. God does use people. And look at the Bible. God used this body. God used the body. And look at what? Joseph was in prison. This body, they said somebody used to stammer. And God used him. And this body, Moses, and this body was a murderer, and this body had 10, 15 wives, and every single thing, there's a justification, every single thing. Now, I'm not knocking the Bible. I grew up as a Christian, and occasionally, when I'm with my Hindu relatives, I grew up as a Hindu too. Namaste. Yeah. So when I say my little Christian prayers, Gentle Jesus may come, tumewa mata chapita, tumewa bandu, and so forth. And so the point I'm making is you've got to be careful. Oh, God works in mysterious ways. God, I say I want a woman, and just so, I see a girl come out of the Tata bus, and she wave and smile at me. And next thing you know, me and she at the movie theater at Whim. God sent her to me. Oh, yeah. God sent me an angel. Or if it's a man, not for me though. But I may walk up to somebody and say, God has sent me a man. Well, of course, that would be true. But if it's some other, if it's Jack Dale, that might not be true. If it's Irfan, that might not be true. So you've got the point again is you've got to be careful. Y'all try to justify, and every single thing is God. God make this. God make that. God make this happen. God does only give you so much so that you could take. You know, sometimes it's not the act of God, you know. And the devil has a way. Oh, gosh. Whew. I like that preacher when they go, whew, right? Sometimes the devil has a way of packaging things and present it to make it appear as though it is good. And that is what has been happening. We're just confining this to Guyana and just Guyana alone for now. Some people might say, oh, outside Guyana, what is happening in the U.S., what is happening to this, right, Rosanna Rodriguez? You guys love the preaching. I know you guys just don't like the preaching. I like the part when I say, ooh, right? So let's go to Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is so deceitful above all things, nature of human deceit. Hallelujah, Sharon James. Hallelujah. Thank you. We got some quotations coming your way. And so when somebody, you ever hear some old people, smart bad. And I grew up with elderly folks. My grandmother, and then they sent me over to my grandfather. They sent me all over. 2 months here, 2 months there. Right. Mark gotta go back. Mark, pack your bags. Go back to Philippines. Go back to Alness. Right. No, but I was a good guy. Little boy, but you're a good boy. But and I have heard old people, so to speak. And back in our days, old people were really old people. Grannies were really grannies. These days, granny 30 years old, 35-year-old, 40-year-old grandmother and all kind of thing. Back in me days, now you now start to live at 40, right? So I have heard old people say, old people, elderly folks, somebody come and say, auntie, we get some sweet rice here for you. An old man inside the house said, no, me, you want no sweet rice. Everything people give you got to take and eat. Everything people give you got to take and eat. Right? And so the point I'm making, again, not every money is good money. Sometimes bear your chief. Bear your chief. People feel that they could give you something to control you. And you know those individuals who would do that to you. They give you something and they feel they own you. And if you don't do and support them, then they go call you all sorts of things. You're ungrateful. You're a katahar. You're a korhi. You're a chamar. You're a tedekabur. You're a nanika chodor. You're this, you're chatri. You're all kind of thing. You're a lungera. All manner of things. You see the one? That one is a no good. Imagine, sorry for magadag. You know, all these things. Sorry for magadag. Hungry belly, thank you, Bet. All kind of thing they would say to you. All because they give you a little money, you know. They brace you up a little bit. They give you a little money to fix your teeth. Some family members like that too. Some friends are like that as well too. right? They give a little, oh, the one mark, oh gosh. When he been in Cam Street, oh gosh. Is either put money in the tuck shop, you know. Now look, he driving past me like a big bike pony Lamborghini bicycle, right? And all manner of things, all manner of things. So be careful with the hug. Well, you know, in Guyana we say hug, but some people say hug. Be careful with the money that you stretch your hands out to get. Be careful with if somebody come and bring a hamper give you, because you don't know what's in the hamper, because you eat it, your belly start walk, and then they go start talk. They give you things. Some people give you things because they want to own you, because they want to control you. And when they can't do that, they call you all manner of things. All manner of things. A time I was in Guyana, and a lady on Channel 9, through Ronald Waddle, we started a little donation. We said, man, give me a little something now. Right? A lady give a little something. I gone at Bamba Mali now, knocking a moccasin, hanging out with the guys, them, knocking a moccasin. There's a true story, guys. Some lady passing a minibus and shout out, Ben Sharp, there's what you're doing. Them people give you money and you drinking moccasin with it. Right. That was the last time I ever on Channel 9 asked for a little donation. The point is, the people give you something, or they see you get something, and they get enough things to talk about. Lots of things to talk about. So be careful with who you accept gifts from. Be extra careful, because some people will dash it back in your face. You know, you get family members send a barrel for you, they got to talk about it. You get friends send a socks for you or a sneakers for you, they got to talk about it. Much less you get people who vying for high office trying to buy you out with their little overnight wealth and questionable wealth and all these different things. Be careful, because that could bring misery into your lives. All forms of misery. You get searched up at the airport, you get detained, all manner of things. Be careful, guys. That's all I got to tell y'all. Be careful. What else we could talk about before we go? There's something else I wanted to bring to all your attention. Look at this. Look at this guy, Puran Brijlal. This guy is accused of rape. You know, got to slow down a little bit here because, you know, little kids are around. But this 62-year-old man is accused of, you see what he's accused of? Raping a 6-year-old girl. Serious allegations. What is this world coming to, guys? A 6-year-old. A 6-year-old. Could you believe this? A 6-year-old man? This is what this guy is accused of doing? This is what this is about. This is what this world is coming to. A 6-year-old. Oh, Father. Oh, that's all we can say. We can just imagine what that 6-year-old girl is going through at this point in time. We can just imagine, guys. Got to pray for her. Mind you, this allegations level against this 62-year-old man, Puran Brijlal. Puran Brijlal, remanded to prison. Sick indeed, guys. Sick indeed. Sick indeed. And do you know that, let's confine it to Guyana. Guyana has quite a few of these kind of sick individuals. Little boys and little girls are being molested. And then the system is so corrupt that oftentimes people buy their way out of justice. Buy their way out of justice. We have seen it. The big ones do it, the money launderers do it, the gold smugglers do it, the drug lords do it. And so sometimes when people do horrible things to little boys and girls. They are able to corrupt the police force, pay the police force bribes, and close the matter off. Some magistrates receive bribes. Some judges receive bribes to cover up serious matters. That is why Guyana is the way it is today. I don't know what else to say, but this, when I saw this story, I thought that you guys have to hear it. Puran Brijlal, if this is true, well, it is what it is. What come, as Anil said, what comes to do, right? If this is true. What else is happening in your neck of the woods before we go? Well, Trump is threatening to jail Chicago mayor and the governor of Illinois. Jail them. So everybody Trump wants to jail, right? I don't know, y'all think Guyana alone gets serious problems? Maybe we should ask Tom now to ask Trump and the Democrats and them to engage, time for engage, right? Right. Oh gosh, in this life, right? In this life, it is what it is. All right. Watch out in the next couple of days. Maybe the extradition warrants are already in Guyana. Who knows? The fight is going to be the fight. But I oftentimes say to people that, I don't laugh at people's situations, but I stay away from any sort of support based on the circumstances. I'm a human rights activist. I like to think so. And so it's difficult for me to support people who have allegedly they have supported and they have been part of human rights violations, part of an oppressive system. Serious allegations level against people, I tend to stay away from. But I don't gloat, I don't laugh at people's downfall at all. Maybe if it's Jack Dale, maybe I'll smile. But I just don't laugh. But you know what I say? Let them fight their own battles. Because all those years when people are being punished in Guyana, people are being killed, people are being slaughtered, people are being persecuted, people are being wrongfully jailed, and all these manner of things. Nobody gave a rat's, you know what? Some of these very people who are now jumping on the mountaintop to talk about persecution, suddenly they know the word persecution. Suddenly. So when you see that is happening to your neighbors, don't ever turn a blind eye. Always stand up and do whatever you can. Speak out against injustices, because when it comes to your doorstep, you're going to want people to speak out for you too. But when you don't have a history of doing that, don't be surprised when people just decided to say, I'm going to look at people who are more genuine, who are crying out for persecution, and who are far more genuine. And so some of you who like to pull this Christian card out of your pocket to say, oh, let's not judge, let's not this. That's what got our people in our African ancestors in bondage for 400 years. We try to be too nice, we try to be soft, and we try to play as though, we're the only ones that should have a heart and we should give our hearts out to people. But that seems to be very convenient, right? Because we are more sympathetic to other set of people. We're talking about folks of African descent now, are more sympathetic to other ethnic groups. But when it comes to your own ethnic group, it's like a pit bull. You rip them apart, you throw them into the dungeons, and you destroy them. But you have more of a heart for others, but not for yourselves. Read between the lines there. It is what it is. For all of you who have been watching for the past hour or so, I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow, same place, same time. Remember, there's nothing really there to sing about. There's nothing new to sing about. People already know what the old songs are. Those songs have been around for many, many years. And if they're going to sing the same old tune and expect people to dance, well, I don't know. There's nothing new. Come with something new. Talk something new. Talk something fresh. Drop some bombshells. Give some evidence. Give videotapes of corrupt officials getting bribes from them. Give stuff. Don't come to us and sing Chadal Kitao Balama, Chodadiya Chagal Titao Balama, Tilinagete Mesohe Pehena. Don't come to us with those old time tunes, because it's not going to go anywhere. It's the same old wedding house tune. People are sick and tired of it. And what people are sick and tired of also is people playing the game. They feel they could manipulate ordinary people. It's not going to happen. My name is Mark Benshap, and I'm not a blue saki. I'm just not a blue saki. I'm a different species. And when you sing powerful songs. Not them dotish songs, this, and then little kids game, throw a hint on Facebook. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. You only do these things. You telegraph your shots when you're weak, when you're nervous. This is not good fighting. This is pussycat fighting. Meow. See you tomorrow. Same place, same time. But tomorrow morning, hey, I like listening to the Highlighters show. Tune into the Highlighters. It's good gaff. It's positive gaff. You get to hear what's going on the ground with people. And if you see Aubrey Norton, the leader of the PNC, tell him we say hi. We need to see him. Don't tell me he run after and disappear. Sorry about that. He's at Congress Place rebuilding. I'm sorry I had to do my fingers like that. I'm out of here. You guys know I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Same place. Same
I can't take it no more. I can't take it no more. Can't take it no more. Imagine 18 hours of blackout and you're telling people progress. Cost of living gone up 100%. Yet you give public servant less. Mr. President, listen to the people. Search your soul and you will confess. I want you try surviving on the public base. Then you're gonna know but stress. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. They don't drive no fair with the citizen. They may want the people speak out. Freedom of speech done gone inside the gutter. Knock off when you open your mouth. Discrimination in entertainment. And you're talking about one Guyana. When the Ministry of Culture keep the big shows. One set of girls and banner. Cause I done fed up. You done fed up. He done fed up. She done fed up. We done fed up. The people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup. Look how evil set up. The people fed up. Every picture you take and promise you make, everything you do is about clout. Then you come into me for I shake your hand, there's nothing to smile about. Corruption inside every sector, but when it comes to them they send you. Try investigate efficiency, right? Go talk to Barretons too, cause I done fed up. You done fed up, he done fed up, she done fed up, we done fed up, the people fed up. You're hiding corruption inside the cup, look how evil set up. The people fed up. Up the dirty water, low pressure, want scream and tell somebody. Imagine 1500.
At Big Bird Transportation Service, we specialize in safe, fast, and dependable delivery transportation for businesses and individuals. Whether you're sending a small package across town or need scheduled deliveries for your company, we're here to make sure your items arrive on time, every time. Our team is committed to providing efficient logistics solutions with a personal touch. With a fleet of well-maintained vehicles and experienced drivers, we handle every delivery with care, from pickup to drop-off. Why choose Big Bird? On-demand and scheduled deliveries. Local and regional coverage. Secure and professional handling. Customer-first service. Call us today at 929-329-9938 and let Big Bird take your deliveries to the next level.